And good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me for a solo playthrough of Civolution. We are live. Let me know if you can hear me and you can see me okay. I'm just going to move the microphone a little bit because it's poking out of the camera. But yeah, let me know in the chat if everything is okay. And yes, we're going to be doing a solo playthrough today of the best game from 2024. Scientists have proven that Civolution was the #1 board game from 2024. And this is going to be my third or fourth solo playthrough of it. I can't quite remember. Loud and clear. Excellent. Right. I'm not going to be teaching you how to play in this video. I have done other videos where I teach you how to play. So if you're interested in that, go and check out them. We're just going to be doing a solo playthrough today. As I mentioned, this isn't the first time I've played this. The first time was actually live streamed. So if you want to see me learning the solo mode from this game, from the rulebook, and then playing it, that is my other solo playthrough video that is on the channel from a couple of months ago. That's why I've labelled this Game 2. It's not actually Game 2 because I have played this offline, but it's the second live stream of me playing a solo playthrough. Now, I've done some of the setup for you, and one of the things that's going to be different this time is we are going to be using the Civolution Solo Helper, which is available. I will put a link to it in the description of this video, but if you just Google it, or you can find it on BGG. This is from a guy called Stefan who has created this helper, and it's going to make the solo mode easier for me because it is slightly outside of my comfort zone in the amount of admin that I need to do, but it also does the setup as well. Now, before we do that, I just wanted to say, this is not a sponsored video. I have done sponsored content for this game, but this playthrough today is not sponsored. I've effectively taken today off, or taken this afternoon off from my paid work, which is creating board game videos, in order to do more board game videos. But I'm doing this today because my Patreon supporters voted. Hopefully this will appear on screen. These are the games which I proposed that I would do a solo playthrough of today. Pirates of Maracaibo, Captain's Chair, Canal, Pirates of Maracaibo again. Okay, so I accidentally put Pirates of Maracaibo on the list twice. Black Forest, Minefa, Andromeda's Edge, and Civolution. And as you can see, Civolution won. So that's why I'm doing this today. And if you want to be one of my Patreon supporters and therefore influence the kind of games that I cover on the channel, then you can join me at patreon.com/gaming rules. You do need to be a producer level or higher in order to take part in the votes. But yes, I would have liked to have played any of those games solo because they're all great games and I enjoy all of them. So yeah, this one got the most votes. If I had time, I would have taken the whole week off work and I would have just done all of them. But anyway, we're doing the solo helper today. Now, what this does is it actually does the setup for you, or some of the setup for you, which is why I've not finished setting the board up. So we're going to click play game. And we're going to go with difficulty level medium, and it's already told us which scoring tiles to use. So this is going to have a big influence on the game. So first of all, era 1, we are going to score for knowledge. So that's going to be it goes over here. Scoring tile for era 1 is knowledge. Era 2 is technology. Era 3 is going to be evolutions or mutations, whatever they're called. Era 4 is territories. And then of the other ones, prestige is worth slightly more points. This had less of an impact on the game, I feel. Construction is worth slightly more points, and prosperity is worth slightly more points as well. Okay, so the two that are not scoring in this game are tribes and culture. We do not need those. Right, we're also going to do a random continent. There you go. Right, so we have a random continent. That's why I've not set up this part of the board. Oh, the other thing I've not done as well is I haven't chosen the event cards. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to give me 4 numbers. Well, 4 of you give me one number between 1 and 20. And the first 4 numbers that appear in the chat, those are the event cards that I am going to use. So yes, give me numbers between 1 and 20. In the meantime, I will be setting up the board. Down here, isn't it? Right, that's probably enough numbers. Yes, that's enough numbers. Thank you very much, everybody. I will scroll back up and get the first 4 numbers. I actually quite like this part. I like building maps. Right, okay. So what were the first four numbers from the event date? We had 19. Brian says pi. Yeah, can't have that. So 19 is that one. 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 5 was in there as well. 6, 7, 8, and 17, says Tom. So that was 20. That's 20. 19 has been taken. That's 18. So that's 17. Right, there you go. Let's see if it's going to be cold, 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 and cold. So we have the 4 event cards. Right, okay, next. First play. Oh, the first play was ticked. That's a shame. Never mind. I'd accidentally ticked the first play. It's fine. That's fine. Right, okay, so now that we've done that, we need to randomise these. So these are the sites. This is why setup takes quite a while in this game, is you have a lot of things to do. And because of my OCD, I'm going to put these all oriented the same way. How many people in the chat have played this game and how many have not played this game? I know it is a popular game, and I know a lot of you in the chat have played it. I am just curious to see how many people are in the chat who have played it and how many who haven't played it. And for those of you that haven't played it, are you planning to play it at some point in future? Do you have it on order? Are you going to be playing a friend's copy, or do you own it and you just haven't got round to it yet? In which case, you need to make yourself time for it, because I think the game's fantastic. I have spoken to some people who don't like the game. Again, referring back to the scientists that I mentioned earlier on, those people are wrong, and they are currently having various forms of re-education in order to show them that this is actually the best game of last year. Right, that's that done. We also need to cover up some of the locations because we're playing a 2-player game. So, what we're covering over? We're covering over that. Oh, and I need to move this chair up. Hopefully I'm still on camera. Am I still on camera? Covering that over. And I think that's it. That's it for the hills. Forests, we're covering that one. We're covering that one. And we're covering that one. Swampses. 2 swampses. Grassland. 2 more grassland here. I think that's it. Yep, I think that's it. Okay. And then we've got these. So let's place the grassland ones. So the one which is going to be face up at the start of the game is this one, which is Papyrus. Boring. Okay, and then the forests. The starting one is please don't be wood, please don't be wood, please don't be wood. Wax. No, not wax, oil. Right. Well, at least it's something slightly different. Right, deserty ones. Stony ones. Hilly ones. And swampy ones. Right, so then I need to place 2 tribes, so 1 in both of the starting territories, and I get 1 resource in each. He's on his head, he's breakdancing. Okay, and the Automa player, which is Vicky, I think we can click on a button here and it says set up Vicky. Yes, choose a player colour, take the 7 discs of the colour and place them onto it. Yeah, place 15 tribes and 50 markers in the play area as a supply. I've kind of just got them here. I will count out the 15. Well, I'll take 5 out. That should be 15 unless I've lost some. Place 1 tribe upright onto the remaining 3 non-fire encampment in the grassland starting territory and in the forest starting territory. And then we place these markers as provision markers. Yeah, place a marker lengthwise in each of the 2 starting territories next to the farm building space. So they are provisioned. It's kind of like a mini farm, and that provision marker will feed 1 person. 6 activation dice and 1 fate dice in Vicky's play area. You do not roll them. They are used to count the number of dice. Okay, I think the app's going to do that for me. I don't have the solo cards out because the app is going to track all sorts of extra information which I would need to normally. So I think we're done. Oh, that's where those are. Yeah, I think we're done. Now, I need to click start game, but actually, no, because I'm using the advanced setup. And I can never remember how this bit works. I think I do the starting markers first, and then I do the starting chips afterwards. Yes. Okay, so I get... And is it 3 starting markers cards, or is it 2? I think it's 3. Hang on, I'll just go and watch my how to play video. Is it 2 or 3? That will probably tell me before I manage to find the answer. It is 2. 2 cards from each of the 5 face down stacks. And 3 markers cards. Yeah, it is 3. Okay, thank you. I thought it was 3. And then I was thinking, wow, is it 3? Is it 3? Okay, so 1, 2, 3. And we're getting 2 inventions. So we have the fishing net and the saw. We have fur and I have no idea how to Preventiculus. That's like a spell from Harry Potter? Preventiculus. Is that a real word or are they making it up? I don't know what it is. It looks like somebody who's got weird grass coming out of his mouth. Yeah, no idea what it is. We have Republic and we have warehousing. Oh, apparently there is a small bug fix to the app, which has been fixed yesterday. Excellent, Rene. Thank you for letting me know. I did notice that there was an update for it. The theatre and the road. And also the judiciary and cooking. Okay, so out of these cards, I choose 1 of each. Now, my choices are going to be based on a whole host of different factors. Which of these are going to score? So we know that we're going to score 5 points for every step on the knowledge track in Era 1. So if straight away I'm looking at my buildings, I'm looking at my other cards to see if I am lucky enough, and this is a part of the game, have I been lucky enough to get any cards that increase my knowledge? No, I haven't. So increasing my knowledge is actually going to be quite tricky in this game because I don't have any cards that are going to do that. What about technology? Have I got any cards that are going to increase my technology? No. In fact, the only card I've got that increases any of my things is the theatre, which increases culture, which in this game is less important. So the other thing to look at is these attribute chips. So we've got one that requires 3 vision, one that requires 3 dexterity, and one that requires 4 composure. And what we have here is... So I could take... None of them have vision on. Wow. None of them have dexterity. I have drawn completely the opposite of what I need. Okay, so... Do we have an overall approach for this game? This game is much more tactical than it is strategic. You can have a strategy going into it, but you're going to have to adapt to that. Like, I could have had an idea going into this game that I'm going to do this, and straight away, because of this setup, might not happen. I don't know now. I need to look at these cards. So, Judiciary requires 3 intelligence. So I could go for 3 intelligence, but that doesn't help me with this. It does allow me to do 2 upgrades, which is great. But I'm going to need 3 of them. So if I take that or that, I only need 2 more intelligence, and then I can play that. Not sure. Cooking. There is an activity that allows me to stand up my people and get 3 points. It requires salt when played at stage 1. Don't have any salt. Salt's found in the desert. Okay, there's a desert nearby. Not sure about those. Right. Blue cards, theatre and road. Well, I'm tempted not to use the theatre just because culture in this game is not as important. Road is pretty good, but it's going to require 2 sand, which I need to get from the desert, to play it into stage 1. Again, neither of those are that great. Right, let's look at the insight cards. Warehousing or Republic. I've never seen this card before. Whenever you do a reset and your roll doesn't include 2s, you get a food. Not sure what the theme behind that one, but that's quite cool. That requires 1 stamina to play at stage 1. So I could take this card and then I could play Republic at the start of the game. At least I've got a card out. But I don't know whether that's great. Alternatively, warehousing. In step A of the income phase, if you have at least 2 food, get 4 points. Okay, so I could do this. And that would effectively, if I can get 2 food and keep 2 food, 16 points over the course of the game. That's pretty strong. Green cards, mutation. We have fur, which is going to protect me if it gets rainy or cold. And in addition, for every standing tribe I get a point. That seems very strong. Now, tribes in this game are not worth any more points than they are normally, but having more tribes means more territories. Is that right? Fur really gets 1 point per standing tribe. It doubles the points you get for the standing tribes. B18. Let's have a look. Yeah, you score 2 success points. Right, okay, well, that seems strong. And I could play that as well. That requires stamina. So that requires stamina and that requires stamina. So if we take stamina, I can play those 2 cards. Okay, we've got a rough plan. And Preventiculus, which I still don't know whether is a real word or not. Hello, Loki. Then as an activity, I can pay a food, choose up to 2 territories and strengthen all of your tribes there. Again, need stamina. And finally, the invention cards, fishing net. So I've got an activity where I can go fishing, strengthen all of your tribes that are adjacent to 1 water territory of your choice. There was a rules question about this one. Does it include the one actually in the lake? And it's not, no. It's very clear that are adjacent to 1 water territory of your choice. So it's the people around it that go fishing, not the people on the lake. Or the saw. Whenever you transport forest materials, you may place them onto any of your forest storage spaces. I'm not excited by any of these cards. So I think we're going to go with the starting markers card that gives me stamina and intelligence. So I gain a stamina and I gain an intelligence. I've already got the food and the money and the focus and the ideas, but I also start the game with some brimstone and some tar. So that's that. And then in terms of the other cards, we're gonna go with Republic as opposed to warehousing. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Republic. I'm gonna go with fur. I'm gonna go with the fishing net because I quite like the immediate ability on it. Theatre or road? Well, I'm not sure I'm actually going to play any of these. But this is once per turn. When you place any tribe onto the continent via procreation, one of those, who must be strong, may directly migrate to an adjacent territory. That's going to be great. So let's go for the road. And then finally we have judiciary or cooking. Neither of which are any good. I might go for judiciary because it's really expensive, but the ability is actually very good. Double module upgrade. Go with that one. Okay, there you go. So we've done that. We've chosen our starting cards. That is my hand of cards. Keep them off camera. Then what we do is we get the starting chips card. And then what we do is we actually take 2 gold chips from the bag. And this is my starting goal. So we can either have the goal, which is 3 tribes in the same grassland, Yeah. Okay. Or, and I get to improve my mutation and my income is favor check to draw a card. Or, spend a cotton, I increase my achievement module. And as income, I get either, I can produce a resource, gain an idea, or gain a food. I'm tempted by this one. Having 3 tribes in the same grassland on the 2-player board. I mean, they don't need to be in an encampment. They could be outside of the encampment. So that is a possibility. But that increases my mutation module. Is that going to help me that much? It allows me to mutate twice instead of once. That's really good for getting multiple ones of these. Cotton. Cotton is found in the hills. We don't start with any cotton, which means we're going to have to go and find it or trade for it. Trading's really expensive. We do have hills here. We have hills here. Increases my achievement module, which means I get 1 of each dice. Let's go with that one. Okay, so get rid of that one. That's gone. Get rid of that one. And I get this. So that is my starting goal. I improve my achievement module to level 2, and we took that in there. And we are ready to go. I believe I am the start player. So, we're off. Era 1. Should I have 3 chips? 2 per player plus 1. No. Because in the solo game, well, I can't actually remember. Maybe I should have done, and I should have chosen first. I thought it was the number of players plus 1, and because I'm 1 player, but you might be right. You might be right. I should have had 3. Let me just check what it says. Setup, done that, done that. Not sure. Yeah, I've done it now. I've done 2, but maybe I should have had 3 of the starting chips cards. It would feel a little wrong that I would have had 3 because I can't remember in a multiplayer game. Do you do it in reverse order? Yeah, I think you do it in reverse order. I think 2 is correct, so we've done it right. Okay, so we're going to go through new cards. So you're not going to be able to see these too much, but we have dishes. Oh, nice. Need to do the dishes later. A trunk, alchemy, an arena, and furniture. Okay. Right. Oh, we need to click start game, don't we? Click. Right, so we've done new cards. We're also revealing the first event. So the first event that you chose is corruption. Nice. So it's going to get a little chilly. Oh no, it's going to start raining. It's going to start raining. The civilization that has the most money may immediately install one of its gold chips without meeting its requirement. Nice. Okay, so I want to try and get money. If I can get money, that would be great. Then we do new goals. So each civilization may take a new goal. So I'm going to take a goal, and then Vicky's going to take a goal. So do we want 2 people next to a cave? Exploration is tricky in a 2-player game. Spend 1 stone. Build 2 settlements. I very rarely build 1 settlement, let alone 2. Or have 2 tribes in the same mountains. None of these are any good. Let's go for... Well... Are we going to be building mountains? Are we going to be building settlements? That's the question. Alchemy is a very nice card. Oh, it is, isn't it? Let's go for 2 tribes in the same mountain. Okay, and then Vicky doesn't take a gold chip. Okay, and then we refresh the gold chips. Have 2 inventions. Right, extra find. So I can have anything from forest or grassland. What do we want? None of these are going to help. I mean, I could take the papyrus, which means I can play the fishing net at the start of the game. I could. Or we could take something that's more valuable in the hope that we're going to be able to build or sell it. I'm going to take some gold because I'm greedy and I like gold. Right, that's the extra find done. We now go to the action phase, and I am the first player. So I take my turn. Well, I have a plethora of choices available to me, but the thing that I might do is I might use my 6 and my 5 to play an achievement card, to take one of each dice. Right at the start, get in there and do that. I think I'm going to. So I'm going to use a 6 and a 5 to take one of each dice. That gives me a second fate dice. Where's my first one gone? There you go. And then we re-roll this. It's a 3. That goes on there. And those dice are spent. Right, that's my first turn done. There you go. Ah, easy. Right, so Vicky is moving up on the knowledge track. So basically, if you were playing this without this little helper app thing, the card would have said that Vicky is advancing 1 space on whatever the condition is for this era. The app does that automatically for me, so moves up there, and it's getting rid of the alchemy card. So there you go. We didn't want the alchemy card anyway, but that gets replaced because it was the only one there, and that's it. And you can see here that it's tracking how many blue and red things she's got. It's tracking her mutations. It's tracking her prosperity. So all of that's there. Right, my turn. Well, that's it. I've done the thing that I set out to do. Everything else is gravy. No, we wanted to play some cards, but playing cards require 6s. So we can't do that at the moment unless we use some ideas, which we could do, or we could just do some other stuff and play some cards in a minute. Who knows? We do want more people, and we want to be migrating, and we want to find the cotton, and we want to do all of that stuff. So migrating is a 3 and a 1, which we could do. The problem with migrating before we reproduce is we've left that area, and we want to be in as many areas as possible for various reasons, mainly end of game stuff, isn't it? So I think we probably do want to procreate first. So I'm going to use an idea to turn a 4 into a 5, and then use a 5 and a 2 to procreate. And we are going to procreate here into this forest, which gets me a point. I'm winning. There you go. Keep in mind the app does not track the number of dice. Oh, okay, right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a pink. Where can I put them that you can see them? I can put them over here because I've got my little wooden pig to represent my opponent today. So there you go. There's Vicky's dice. Thank you for that. So I've procreated, and that was it. That was easy. That was it done. Right. What was Vicky going to do? +1 up the technology track, and getting rid of the brown card. So the dishes. He's done the dishes. Fantastic. Okay. Next. Me. So we have a 3 and a 1. Well, let's do the 3 and the 1. So we're going to do a 3 and a 1. We're going to migrate. We're going to leave this area, and we're going to go into the hills, which gets me 2 points. And I found it's cotton. I have found the cotton. Excellent. Well, that opens up a whole host of other possibilities. Vicky's turn. Vicky's doing a reset. So we advance the phase indicator to there, and that's it. My go. Okay, so we have 1 dice left. We could use it and use a focus, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do a reset. Do I want to keep the 3? I do want to keep the 3. So I'm keeping the 3, and I'm going to roll the rest of my dice. And I'm doing a reset. So that goes there. We have a 4, 5, 2 6s. Nice. I think that's almost exactly what we needed. Okay, now, do we want food or an idea? I think at this stage we need food. Come on, stand up. Right, what's Vicky doing? Vicky is moving 1 up the prestige track. And then, right, now, this is where it gets slightly complicated. The only part of the rules for the but that I got confused by were the provision markers. So I think this says, thankfully, you can click on the little eye here. So it's provision. Choose a territory where Vicky has at least one tribe, there or there. The priority is the territories with the fewest provision markers. Now, both of them have one provision marker. So what she's going to do is she's going to add a second provision marker. And the priority is grassland first, so it goes into here. Now, whenever she has two provision markers, that blocks out the farm space. So that's it. That's that done. I believe. Again, if I do anything wrong and you do know that I've done something wrong, please let me know in terms of the chat. My turn. Okay, do we go for more dice? Or do we be greedy and really go for more dice? That would be quite cool, wouldn't it? But we can actually play some cards. Yeah. Oh, okay. So fur, the bonus that you get on terms of points is only if it's rainy or cold. Right. So it's not quite as stupidly broken as I thought it was. But it's still a good card. It's still quite a good card. Because we know it is going to be rainy. So this is actually going to help me. So we want to play this. So we're going to use a 6. Oh, I haven't got 2. Okay, do we play it now or do we wait until we've rolled a 2? Do we play the Republic first? Yes, let's play the Republic. So this is a 6 and a 3 to play an insight card. And I'm playing it in stage 1, so I only need 1 stamina. I'm going to put it there. And there is no immediate ability. But from now on, whenever I do a reset, if I don't roll a 2, I gain a food. Okay? Problem is I've taken more dice, so they kind of don't work too much together. So that's my turn done. Vicky is moving 1 up on this track. Now, she does other stuff as well, but right now she's moving 1 up that track, and she's gaining a fate die. Okay, here you go. Right, what am I going to do? Now do we take the extra dice? So I can't procreate again, but I could transport because I need those things back. Yeah, let's do it. I very rarely do this, but I'm going to transport. So a 5 and a 1 is transport, and I'm going to transport that back as cotton, that as oil, and that as papyrus. Right, now I can complete that goal. That's quite cool. Right, that's my go done. I've transported. Vicky is doing a reset. It goes there. My go. Tell you what, we're running out of time. This game does go quick. I'm running out of time to play these furs. I need a 6 and a 2, so I can do it because I've got this focus. But can I do anything else while I'm waiting? I mean, I could now complete this goal. Let's do it. So a 4 and a 3, I'm going to complete the goal. I'm going to spend the cotton. And I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to do a module upgrade. So what are we going to upgrade? Do we upgrade the achievement module again? No. Do we upgrade the procreation module? Because I think we're going to be doing a lot of that. And I've already gained 2 dice. So yeah, I think I'm going to upgrade the procreation module. Right, and then this is just going to go here. Okay. Right, Vicky's moving. So again, this is where it gets slightly confusing. She's migrating and she's starting off from a swamp. And it'll say here, choose a territory where she has at least 2 tribes with at least 1 of them strong. Now, she doesn't have that. She only has 1 tribe here and 1 tribe here. So what do we do is it says if there is no such territory, first perform a procreation. So Vicky is going to perform a procreation. So the procreation happens first of all in the swamp. Is she in the swamp? No. Then in the mountains? No. Then in the grassland. She is in the grassland, and there is a whole priority of where she will procreate, but I believe it goes on the fire encampment if it is free, and she gets a point. So that's the procreation done. Then we do the migration, and at this point, this is the only territory where she has 2 tribes, and the destination territory is, yes, choose a land territory adjacent to the initial territory, And the priority is the one that has the fewest of her tribes in. So she'll want to go, first of all, to a grassland. There isn't another grassland. Hills. So she's going into the hills. Now, I believe she moves off. So pick a strong tribe that's either in the wilderness. No, she hasn't got any in the wilderness. So from the fire encampment and move it to the free fire encampment there, which gets her 2 points. It's logical, but the first time I played it, the first time I learned how to play it, I got a little bit confused by this 9-step process, but it does make sense. That's it. So she procreated there and then moved from there to there, and that gets revealed, and it is Brimstone. But she doesn't get resource markers. I believe it just does it say that? I think it says that. They're not weakened when they're displaced. If it enters an undeveloped territory, flip it and do not place a marker there. Yes. Okay, my go. So we still haven't played the furs, and we still cannot play the furs because I don't have... Well, I do. I actually do. I have a 6 and a 2 if I really need to, but I think I'm going to reset. I'm going to do another reset. So we move the marker on. Definitely getting close. I'm going to re-roll all of my dice, but I'm keeping the 6. And hopefully I roll a 2, but if I don't roll a 2, I gain a food. So swings and roundabouts. I did roll a 2. Right, okay. And then Vicky is migrating. So again, we choose a territory where she has 2 tribes. She doesn't have a territory with 2 tribes, so she procreates. So she's procreating in the grassland again. Don't know what it is. Maybe it's something in the water. And then she's moving from there to a desert. There is a desert nearby. So she moves from the fire encampment to there, takes the lead, and she's found sand in the desert. Who'd have thought it? Sand in the desert. Done. My go. Okay, so Renee is saying you can use the card effect of one of your cards in your hand to fulfill the condition. Can I? Is that a particular card? Because I don't think I've got that ability. Yeah, maybe that's some other card in the game. I don't know. I won't be able to see all the messages in the chat because I'm struggling to take all of this in. Right, where are we up to? My go, isn't it? I'm playing the furs. I'm obviously playing the furs. So 6 and a 2. I am playing this card. I need 1 stamina to play it in stage 1. I have 1 stamina. And I now have fur. So that's good. Vicky's moving 2 up on this track. Now, she doesn't get any bonuses when she crosses the lines, except for the ones that give her points. So that's it. Just 2 up on there. My go. There's a 27% chance of not rolling a 2 on 2 dice. Okay. Thank you for the odds. And that's with my 7 dice, is it? I guess. Right. I've done everything that I feel that I wanted to do and needed to do. Oh, that should have been a food. The round is going to end soon. The era is going to end soon. I have 3 tribes on the board. I have 3 food. So that's fine. I don't have any knowledge whatsoever. But we've worked out I can't actually get any knowledge. Oh, the one with the most money. Now, how much money does Vicky have? I need to check this. Is she counted as having any money? It is event card F17, and they are all explained. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Right. So phase 6. No, not phase 6. Phase 7. Phase 7. Right. For F17, you must check whether you are eligible for their bonuses by looking at the prosperity grid and its rows and spaces listed in the event majority check beside it. So, for example, F17, corruption, you must check how many markers Vicky has in total in rows B and D of the prosperity grid, and compare that total to your number of money markers. Okay, so it says on the card, but F17 is B and D. Now, I can tell that she's got 2 prosperity, so she's only got 1. Yeah, so if she's got 2 prosperity, that means she currently has 1 money. Which means, as long as I've got 2 money, I am totally beating her at the end, which means I can install that goal without even needing to do it. That is awesome. Right. Anyway, what are we going to do? What is the last thing that I'm... Oh, probably the last thing? Maybe the next to last thing. We've got the fishing net. We can play the fishing net. It's very rare that I'm able to complete stage 1 in era 1. But I think I can do it. So I'm going to use a 6. Oh, I need a 1. That's fine, I've got an idea. I could use the idea. Other options. Other option is to procreate again. If we procreate again, I'm going to be short on a food. Okay. So, what's my other options? I could produce. I don't really need the stuff. I could get more dice. I could totally get more dice. Yeah. Fishing net card. And that will go in there. And then all I need to do is complete 1 more goal. But I'm going to be able to complete a goal here. Because of the corruption, I am going to get to complete a goal for free. That's going to go in there. I'm going to complete stage 1 before income. It's got to be done. It has to be done. So I'm going to use the 6, and I'm going to use an idea to turn that 6 into a 1 to play, and I'm going to spend papyrus to play the fishing rod. So when I play the fishing rod, I can either complete a goal or take a goal. I cannot complete that goal, so we're going to take a new goal. I can't do any of these. Which one are we more likely to do? Or which one are we less likely to do that I could complete automatically? Let's say the 2 people around the cave. So that gets replaced immediately. Okay. Next, we're going to tuck it in. I have a fishing rod. So I'm happy. We have a republic made up of people with fishing nets and wearing furs, who are they've got a bit of stamina, and they're a bit intelligent. That is my civilization at the moment. Right, that is me done, I believe. So Vicky, oh, not again. She doesn't normally do this. So she's procreating. Now, this is a procreation before a migration. So procreating in the mountains. No, in the grassland. Yes, she loves this grassland. And then migrating from here, because it's the only space with 2, to the swamp. Yes, to the swamp. Another 2 points. And what she found in the swamp, she's found some tar. So at least she's found all of these resources, but that's a huge amount. That's 5 tribes on the board already in era 1. Wow. Right, my go. Well, nobody's done a reset yet, so I might have a little bit more time, but the only things I've got, I've got 2 3s. I could get some composure. Do I really need the composure? I mean, yes, if I'm going to play that. So if I'm going to play this, I'm going to need a huge amount of these. But these are worth points when we get to era 3. So I get to do an activity as well when it's raining. But I don't have... Oh, I do have an activity. Strengthen all of your tribes that are adjacent to 1 water territory of your choice. Okay, so my tribes could get weakened. And then I could strengthen them with this. Yeah, okay. What are we going to do? Are we going to produce? I mean, having more stuff is always good. Because then you can... But I don't need it. I don't need the resources that are being shown here. I don't know, I could do a reset. I've got 3 dice. I could do a reset if I really wanted to. Yeah, I'm gonna do a reset. So that triggers the end, which means I'm gonna get one more turn. Yeah. And I'm gonna keep these dice so I have less chance. Paul was referring to the corruption event that gives me a second goal in the console. Yes, I was. Is it better to use your idea marker instead of your focus marker? It was a tricky one, Stacey. I think yes, because the focus marker is a die of anything. So that is more powerful. Whereas an idea can only modify a dice. The difference is your ideas can be used for hunting rolls and everything else, whereas your focus markers can't. So I'm doing a reset. I don't know whether this is the right thing or not, but I was a little stuck for what to do. And if I don't roll a 2, I didn't roll a 2, my Republic gives me some food. See? I had a plan and it worked. And I'm going to get another turn. Right, what's Vicky going to do? She's doing a reset. Okay, nothing moves. Now it's my last turn of this era. And I can't play either of these cards. I've not even looked at these cards. I should have been looking at these to see what's available. Like, the telescope is pretty good because that moves me up 2 on the technology track, and that will be good for the scoring here. And there is a goal for having 2 inventions. So I could do that. I could take that card if I wanted to. Other options. I've got a 5 and a 1, which is transport. That's no good. I've got a 5 and a 3. I could produce some stuff. We've already talked about that. I could do a 6 and a 5 to get more dice. I can't build. I mean, I could build because I've got a focus marker. I can pretty much do anything I want to do in this game. And that's one of the criticisms of this game is that, oh, if you don't roll the dice, you can't do what you want. Wrong. As long as you've got a focus marker, you can do anything. Oh, that should be there. If I want it there. Yes, I do. Okay, so I definitely want some composure and some stamina for later in the game. And I'm struggling to find something else to do, so I'm just going to use those 2 3s to get myself some composure. Right. We're done. Vicky's last turn. She's moving 2 up the technology track. And then we click End Action Phase. So we now do the site phase. Vicky is not affected by any face-up sites, and there are no face-up sites because nobody explored. Now we do the feeding phase. So at the start of the feeding phase, and I did get this wrong the last time I did a solo playthrough, but Vicky basically gets a provision marker. So place a provision marker in a territory where she has the least, with a tiebreaker of desert first. So she puts a provision marker there. That's it. Then, in territories with 1 provision marker, 1 tribe on an encampment is fed. So that one is fed, that one is fed. In a territory with 2 provision markers, all tribes are fed, but all of the tribes are weakened. So that's weakened, and that's weakened. And that's how Vicky's provisions and food situation works. For me, I need to feed my people. I don't need to, but I am going to. I'm going to spend 3 food. I'm going to feed my people so that they're all standing, which means I get 3 points, and Vicky only gets... Oh, Vicky gets 3 points as well. So she gets 3 points, I get 3 points. Now I'm going to get extra because it's going to be raining. Oh, no, I don't. Ah, right, I need to be careful about this. Fur says, in step B of each feeding phase, which is now, if the weather is rainy or cold, it's not yet. So interestingly, Fur is not going to affect me this round, but it's going to affect me next round. Okay, so event phase. The weather drops by 1. It is now raining, and everybody gets to do 1 activity. And I was going to do that activity, but if I do that activity, nightmare. So if I do that activity, it costs me money. If I spend the money, then I don't get the corruption. So, tricky. If I do the activity, I can move 1 up on the knowledge track. That's going to get me 5 points. If I don't do the activity, I'm going to get to complete a goal for 3, and that's going to give me an income chip. Which is best? Oh, that is tricky. That is really tricky. I'm going to stick with my original plan. So I am not going to go and do an active. Well, I'm going to go fishing, but my tribes that were no, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what I'll do. Because the fur is not kicking in, I'm actually not going to feed this one. So it's weakened, which means I don't get a point for it. But then, because it's raining and we get to do an activity, I am going to go fishing. So all tribes adjacent to this water stand up. And in fact, let's not feed that one either. Let's take a bit of a risk here. So I didn't feed those two tribes, and then they went fishing because it was raining. Okay. Then it's the event. So the corruption happens, and I have 2 money. Vicky has 1 money. So I get to install the gold chip without meeting the conditions of it. So I'm going to have this one which requires 2 caves, or be next to have 2 people next to a cave. That has completed stage 1 in era 1. That deserves a treat. Well, which one of those do we want? At the moment, my favourite is still only 1. So I'm thinking I'm going for this one. Where do we want to put it? This is always a tricky question. And when I'm teaching people how to play, what I say is, which of these 3 coloured cards do you not think you're going to play another one of in the game? And it confuses them. But essentially, if I'm never going to play another green card, then I want to put it in the green column so that I can try and complete stage 2. And I don't know. I think, and I've just seen that, that's awesome. Maybe green. Maybe I'm never going to play another green card. So I'm going to put it on there. And I immediately activate it so I can get a money. Or I can get a point. I'm going to get a money. Ding. Right. That is the event done. I was successfully corrupted. So now we resolve the event. Unfortunately, Vicky's going to get 15 points. And becomes the start player. Then we do income. Right. So I'm going to get another money. And I'm going to either produce something, have an idea, or have some food. I'm going to have an idea. Statues. Nobody's got any statues. Hunting markers get removed, and then refill my reset markers. And that is it for the end of the first era. Da-da-da-da. Okay. We start era 2. That gets removed. Vicky's never affected by the weather. Oh yeah, F17, she had 1. Yeah, it's all there. The app's good. The start player is Vicky. Income phase, score statues, done. New cards. Right, so we have cloth. We have a fine sense of smell. Why has that not got a name? We have reason, fountain, and hygiene. And then we get a new event card. So again, event card, who are we going to blame for this one? Oh, it's getting warmer. It's fine. All civilizations with the most active dice get to increase 1 on any track. And then all civilizations with the most fate dice, now that's played into my hands because of that. So thank you, please. We like that. Thank you very much. New goals. Now, Vicky's going first. So she's taking gold chip number 2. Which one am I going to take? Well, these are going to be tricky to do. I'm going to take the one for having 2 inventions. New goals. And yes, these are normal orange Jaffa cakes. They were a gift from one of my Patreon supporters at Gridcom. I got given a number of boxes of Jaffa cakes of varying flavours, but thank you very much for whoever gave us these. I can't remember which ones they are exactly, but they're not from the UK. They are foreign Jaffa cakes. I think they taste nicer. So, we've done the new goals. We now do the extra find. Now, I'm in hills, forest, and grassland. So I can have any of these. What do we want? Oh, there's clay. Why didn't I take that? I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to take the one that required clay. Undo, undo. Because I'm in the hills, I can find clay. There you go. Right. That's it. Extra find is done. Action phase. Off we go. Vicky is moving one up on the technology track. Because that is the current scoring era. Right, me. So I am totally using a 6 and a 5, and I am taking one of each dice. And that's it. That's my go done. I should put these dice here so you can see them. Vicky's gaining a favour. And then is hunting. So she's going hunting. Is she in the forest? Yes, she's in the forest, so she goes hunting in the forest. That's it. Yeah, go hunting where there's no hunting token, where she has at least one tribe, and the priority is territories where I have a tribe. Doesn't she get the favour increase? She does. I gave her the favour increase. Yeah, what did I miss? I've moved her up on there. Is there something else I've missed? Oh, on the tech track. No. So on the tech track, she only gets the things that are worth points. I'm pretty sure I read that. Let me just double check. Going up on a tech track. Whenever one of Vicky's discs crosses a bonus threshold that gives success points, she receives those points. All other track bonuses are ignored. Yeah. So she's gone hunting, that's it. My go. Okay, well, I'm happy. I'm happy because I'm playing an amazing game. And I've managed to get stage 1 completed by era 1. That for me is a big achievement. But I now need to concentrate and work out what I'm actually going to be doing medium term and long term, because these goals in this game for me are not going my way. I need another income chip. So I don't know whether we're going with a long term, just fill the board with 20 tribes and somehow get 1 million food, or if we have anything else up our sleeves. I probably do want to play this judiciary, which means I'm going to need 3 intelligence. And these chips are looking quite good. Okay, well, right now we can't reset, and we've got 5s and 3s. Well, we've got 2 5s. We could have expressiveness, but I don't think that's going to help me. We've got a 5 and a 1 transport. That's no good for me. We've got a 3 and a 1. We could migrate, but I want to procreate before I migrate. So do we procreate? I kind of want to increase my favour first, but I don't have any cards that increase my favour. Is there any of these cards which are amazingly awesome that I need to pick up? No. No. I'm missing out on this tracks here. So I think I could migrate. I don't need to stay where I am. And migrating will get me... Yeah, I think I'm going to. I'm going to migrate. So I'm going to use a 3 and a 1. And we're going to migrate. And we're going to migrate out of here. This here forest. And we're going to migrate into this grassland. Or this desert. And grassland's better for hunting in. I'm going to go to the grassland. So I get 2 points. And we have found herbs. Herbs in the grassland. Okay. Vicky's turn. She's exploring. Choose a territory where Vicky has at least 1 tribe, and the priority is territories adjacent to the most face-down sites. So this hills is adjacent to 3. It's probably going to be that one. Grassland is only adjacent to 2. Swamp is only adjacent to 2. Desert is adjacent to 3. forest is adjacent to 2. And the priority is forest, swamp, mountains, grassland, hills, and desert. So it's either hills or desert that's adjacent to 3, unless I've miscounted. I don't think I have. So it's this one. Reveal all of these sites. So what she found? She's found some building ground. She's found a mystic oak. And also another mystic oak. Right, well that's interesting. So that's 3 points. I've never seen yet a double mystic oak like this. That's completely changed everything. Because the mystic oaks give you points if you're around them. So this desert here, right now, if you're in it, I believe, is worth 4 points. Because both mystic oaks are going to pay off. So you want to be around here and around here. Wow, I've got to do that. I mean, she doesn't benefit from the site, so that's great. But yeah, wow. So she's explored. And she didn't get many points from the exploration, so that's good. Hills was over desert. Was it? Okay, hills was over desert, apparently. Okay, so I'll swap them over. Apologies for that. Well spotted. And we're going to swap them over. So that's going to go there. We're going to do a fix. Okay, well, that's actually better for me. So, these hills are amazing. Thank you very much. Mystic Oak is for each tribe. Is it for each tribe? No, I think it's if you are in the territory. As long as you have a tribe in the territory, then it pays out. Pretty sure that's how it works. Let's double check. Yeah, each of your territories adjacent to the site. Yeah. Okay. So we're in there. So I'm getting a load of points for that one. That's also good. Yeah, the Mystic Oak's great. In fact, Hills is only 1 point. Okay, Hills is only 1 point. Water is 2 points. So if I had something, if I had a boat here and here, that's going to start paying me a boatload of points. Right, so it's my go. That was Vicky. Vicky is explored. We've got 2 5s left. We could use them to gain some expressiveness, or we could use them to sleep. I don't really need the expressiveness. It's not for any of these. It's not for any of these. Well, it is for that one, but I don't really want that one. So we're going to reset. So it's the first reset of the era. Now, what am I doing with the 5s? I'm keeping one of them. I'm probably going to roll a 2, aren't I? A boatload of points. Yes, very good, Stephen. I did roll a 2, so my Republic doesn't trigger. And what are we doing with this? Let's have some more food. Okay, right. What's Vicky doing? Vicky is exploring again. Now, this time she's exploring the desert. Now, how ironic is that? So we could have left him as we were. So, have I got this right? She's exploring. Desert is the priority. Yes. Building ground. Holy rock. And a volcano. So she gets 7 points. Running away with it. Right. That's her done. My go. Well, the fur is going to kick in. We do need to procreate. And we do have 3 dice. I want to try and get my favourite before I can do this. It's the only card, and I decided not to go for the expressiveness. Let's just go with the procreation, because I have an idea. So as long as I roll a 1, 2, or 3 on 3 dice, of which there is a 87.5% chance. So 5 and a 2, we're going to procreate. But before we procreate, we're going to do a favour check. My favour is only 1. And I've rolled a 1. But yes, you can use ideas to manipulate these. So not a 1, 2, or 3, a 6, 1, or a 2 would have done it. So I could have ideaed the 6 into a 1. But as it is, I'm procreating twice. Okay, right. Where do we want to go? Where indeed? Where are we trying to spread out to? As many different territories as possible. So I think I'm going to procreate there, which isn't a fire encampment, so that doesn't get me any points. And here, because I then... Oh, I'm not in there. Oh, no, hang on a minute. That's Vicky. That's not me. Ah. Here, then, obviously, so that I can move into there. For some reason, I thought I was red then for a minute. Is that a farm I see next to the volcano? No, it's not a farm. There's no farms have been built. That is just one of them. That is a provision marker. So, yeah, I haven't built any farms yet. Right, so that was my turn. What was that I did? I procreated twice. Vicky's doing a reset. My go. Okay, so we could procreate again. We don't want to. We want to be doing... I want to be getting rid of that, because if I get rid of that, I can then upgrade that. So I need a 4 and a 3. So I can do a 4 and a 3. Let's use the idea with a 3 to turn it into a 4, and the 3 to do planning. And we're going to spend 1 clay to flip that goal over and put it there. And we're going to upgrade the migration module to level 2. Done. Right, Vicky's moving 1 up on the prestige track, 1 up on the construction track, and she's gaining a prosperity. Now that is just a marker that goes on a card, and you'll see in the top right that she's now got 3 prosperity. My go. Now I'm going to migrate, except I don't have any ideas. So this is less of a chance. Can't reset. Can't do one of those. So I can't play that. I could sleep to get a couple of ideas. Seems a little bit of a waste. I could do research. I've not really done the research yet to draw some more cards. And we're going to need to draw more cards if I'm going to play more cards. Yeah, these things are not comboing well together. That hygiene is quite good, but I would need all of the stuff that I don't have. Fountain is okay. It needs gold. I've got gold. It also needs stone. I haven't got stone yet. It moves me 2 steps up the construction track. Okay, because there is a benefit to moving up the tracks for the other bonuses. Fountain's actually not too bad. It's just the end game points for that are a bit weak. Cloth points at the end of the game for everything in the brown column. Yeah, okay. But it moves me 2 up on the prestige track, which is like, okay, it's better than a kick in the teeth. Reasoning, whenever you advance your disc on that track and end on a dark digit space, advance it to the next white digit space. Okay. I think I might sleep. Cards or sleep. I'm going to sleep. So I can use any 2 dice to sleep, but I want to keep the 5 and the 2 and the 3 and the 1. Okay. I want to keep all of the dice. And I need to go hunting at some point. I'm going to use the 1 and the 3 to sleep, and I'm going to have 2 ideas. Seems very weak. But that's what we're going to do. Okay. Vicky's gaining a prosperity, and again, that is just tracked on the right-hand side. So my turn. Now I'm going to reset. I'm going to keep the 5 and the 2. That goes to there. Re-rolling the dice. I don't want a 2. And I didn't get a 2. Awesome. So my Republic kicks in and I gain a food. Right. We have a 1. We have a 4. We have a 6. We have a 3. We have a 4. We have a 1. Right. And then that is going to be some more food because I'm going to need loads of it. And I've got 2 ideas now. Vicky's moved. Oh, she's getting 2 evolutions. Okay, sure. My go. Okay. So where are we in terms of Era 2? We are 2/3 of the way through Era 2. I need to be migrating. We need to be spreading out and taking over all of these different territories. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use a 3 and a 1. We're going to migrate. I'm going to do a favor check before I migrate. And if I succeed, I can migrate a second 1. Oh, that's terrible. 3 5s. Yeah, so I could, if I really wanted to, spend 2 ideas to change one of them to a 1. I'm not going to. So I'm just going to migrate 1, and it is going to be this one into the mountains, which gets me 2 points. And we have found in the mountains copper. There is copper in them there hills. Right. Could have been better. Vicky's go. Ah, she's placing a statue. So Vicky statues always go in the building ground. And then she's hunting. Where's she hunting? Forest? Nope. Grassland. Grassland. Yeah, that's it. My go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tribes on the board. I thought I had more. At some point, I'm going to bring those resources back. It's got to be reproduced. It's got to procreate. We're going to use a 5 and a 2 to procreate. Some special rule that allows it to build on that island. Yeah, the rule is that the solo player just always builds on that island. He doesn't need to be there or anything like that. Okay, I've rolled a 1, so I'm procreating twice. Huzzah! So I'm going to procreate there, which means I have met the conditions for that goal. And I'm also going to procreate... Sure, there for 2 points. You never know, it might make a difference. Okay, what's Vicky going to do? She's doing a reset. My go. Okay. So now I can complete that goal. But I need a 4 and a 3. So I could do it. Got a 6 and a 1. What can I do with a 4 and a 1? I can explore. I've not explored yet. Maybe I should. Exploration has been regarded as one of the best ways of getting points. But it all could go wrong depending on what we find. So I'm exploring here. And I get to reveal those 3 sites. So we found Gorge of the Grimwolves, which is 5 points. A cave, it's another 3 points. And another Gorge of the Grimwolves. Right. I mean, the good side is I've just gained 13 points. The bad news is there are wolves everywhere and I am going to lose loads of food unless I am not here. They are in a terrible position for me. So I can stay in the mountains, that's safe. But I need to get out of here. Oh, that's terrible. Or just have loads more food. Yeah. Okay, but that was cool. That was cool. I need neck frills. Neck frills is in the deck somewhere. Vicky's turn. She moves 1 up on the construction track. My go. Do I want to do a reset? I've got a 6 and a 4. A 6 and a 4 could be building. And then we've not built anything yet. We absolutely could build a farm. And then all of my tribes in that territory are considered to be fed. And I don't need the food. So I could that effectively negates the food that I'm going to lose from the Grimwolves. I could build a farm. When you build a farm, you get an idea. I could build a settlement, but I don't think I've got the resources for that. I could build a boat. Yeah, I could build a boat here. Ah, that's going to help with the Mystic Oak. Interesting. Or I could build a statue. Can I build a statue next to the building ground? No, because I'm not next to the building ground. But, do we build? Yeah, we should. We should build. Building's fun. Right, we're going to build. What do we build? Do we build a farm? Or do we build a boat? Oh. Yeah, it's near the end of Era 2 and I haven't done a single track. Yeah. Okay, let's build a boat, and we're going to build a boat here. And as a bonus for building the boat, I get a free migration onto the boat, which means I'm going to get points now because I've got a tribe in this water territory for that Mystic Oak. Okay, there we go. I built. Right, what's Vicky doing? Vicky's moving 2 up on the technology track. What am I doing? Well, I'm doing a reset. So that triggers the end, which means it's Vicky's next turn. So off we go. Where's my 3rd fate die? Did I roll a 2? I did roll a 2. Thought I would with that many dice. Oh, couple of 6s. Right. Okay. So Vicky's last turn. She's moving 1 up on that track. My last turn. What am I going to do? This is my last turn for the era. And I've definitely done that. Which means I'm going up a track. I am actually going to be going up a track. What else do I need to do? I think I have enough food. No, I don't have enough food because the Grimwolves are going to come along. So we could go hunting. I do have a 4 and a 2. We could absolutely go hunting. And that would probably get me out of the... Yeah, let's do that. Let's go hunting. Now, the best place to go hunting is in the water to catch those tasty fishes. So we're going to go hunting. I have 3 fate dice. I roll them all. I've rolled a 1, 2, and a 3. I'm going to choose 3, which is 4 food. I could, if I really wanted to, spend an idea to change the 3 into a 4, which would get me 5 food. But I think 4 food is fine. I think the order is the same, but the starting point is random. Did I mean to migrate the boat from the 2-point space? Hang on. Let's let's do my 4 food, and then let's check what I've missed in the chat. This is one of those games where if I do follow the chat too much, I will completely lose track of what I'm doing. But Aaron says, did you mean to migrate to the boat from the 2-point space? It's a 1-point space, but yes, I did, because that leaves it free for when I procreate in there again. Plus, Vicky, whenever she is migrating, she always prefers to migrate from a space that is worth points. So therefore, I think that's the right thing to do. Tommy's saying, I think the order is the same, but the starting point is random. I don't know what that... There was a discussion about hunting. So maybe that's to do with that. And Stephen's right, yes. The Mystic Oak will only give me points if I have a tribe on that boat. If I only have the boat, then that's not my territory, and therefore I don't get the points for the Mystic Oak. So I do need the tribe on the boat in order to get the points for the Mystic Oak. Okay, so we're done. Yes, end action phase. Do you want to end the action phase? Yes. Sight phase. Here we go. So the first is the Gorge of the Grimwolves. So these Grimwolves come out and steal food from me. And then these Grimwolves come out and steal food from me. Right, next, glaciers. We have no glaciers. Next, Mystic Oak. So this Mystic Oak, I get 2 points for that Mystic Oak. This Mystic Oak, I get 1 point for that Mystic Oak. There you go, it's not too bad. Feeding. So how many do I want to feed? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am feeding all 7. Right. Vicky, she does a thing first, doesn't she? She does one of these. So it's going in hills. So that one's fed. That one's fed. That one is fed, and that one is fed. This one's not fed. Does that mean it dies? No, I don't think her tribes die. I think it's just weakened. And I don't think they stand up again. Remember, you can always displace another worker to go into a specific campsite. Yes. Yes. Okay, I think her tribes don't die, and I think that they don't stand up when they're weakened, unless there's something else that I've missed. So now we're scoring the strong tribes. Oh, it dies. Not feeding a weakened tribe is killing them. Yeah, for some reason I thought her tribes don't die. Let's just see what the solo rules say. So in each territory where there are right, if there's one provision marker, one of Vicky's tribes on an encampment is fed. If she has several tribes, consult items 6 to 9 of the priority table to find out which one is fed. Right. All of Vicky's other tribes must be weakened. All provision markers remain in their territories. In step B, Vicky gains success points for strong tribes as usual. It doesn't say. Doesn't say. Strong pro tip, have tribes in groups of 5 to the side of your player board, so counting how many you have on the board quicker. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. So yeah, that's not actually clear in here. It just says all of Vicky's other tribes must be weakened. Oh no, it does say, sorry, and removing the weak ones. It absolutely does say. I was going to say, it's a brilliant rule book. So this one isn't fed and dies. Oh, sad times. I mean, I'm really sorry. But that's it. I think that's it. I think that's the only one. Okay, so that is scoring time. She scores 3. Me, I score 14 because I've got my fur. So it worked out. My big plan that I had from the start, it actually worked. Get loads of tribes for when it starts raining. Yeah, I'm happy about that. That really worked for me. And that's one of the great things with this game. Because there's so much sandboxy nature to it, and there's so much variability with the cards and the way that things come out, you can set yourself tiny little achievement goals. And I you know, if I don't do anything else today in this game, I managed to get the fur card and get 7 points from it. That for me is like tick. I've done that. And the game comes with lots and lots of these little micro achievements that make you feel clever and good. That's one reason why I like it. So we've scored the tribes. Now we're doing the weather. So it goes up by 1, and now we're resolving the weather. So it is, we can do income or an activity. Well, I could do an activity. I could move up a track. It would actually get me some points. Let's do it. Let's do an activity. So I'm going to spend 1 money, and I'm going to go up this track once. There you go. Right. Then we do the event. Now, it's all civilizations with the most white dice. That's me. So I get to go up a track. I'm going to go up that track, which means I can now improve one of my brown modules. And I'm going to improve... Oh, that's good. I'm going to improve the migration module. So my migration module is now level 3. Awesome. And then all the civilizations with the most fate dice. That's me. I'm going to go up again on the technology track. So that's the event done. Because now I score, I've got 3. So I get 12 points. 12 points, 53. Vicky, however, scores 28 points. So who got the most points from that? Vicky did. It was all looking so good. Income chips, right. So I've got this, which gets me my money back. I've got a little casino. And this one, do I want to produce something? Do I want an idea, or do I want some food? I totally want some food. Okie dokie. Right, hunting markers have been removed. Oh, statues. Vicky's got 1 statue, it's worth 2 points. That's it. Era 2 is done. We go to Era 3. Starting player is Vicky. Okay, so new cards. We have Makeup, Pincer, Magnetism, Residence, and Polish. I like Polish. Okay, we have another event now. Is it going to be kind to us? It's the beginning of spring. It's a shame, as my furs are not going to work again. So each civilization is going to get 2 points for each of its own grassland and hill territories and produces 1 resource in each of those territories. So grassland and hills. We want to be in grassland and hills at the end of this era. That should be possible thanks to my super migration. Okay, so new goals. It's definitely polish because it increases the value of your statues because you and you need wax to play it. So it's definitely polish. Remove gold chip number 4. Gold chip number 4 has gone. Right, which one am I going to take? Well, let's take the one for being in 2 different grasslands because I have already done that one. 2 mutation cards and a tribe and a farm in the same mountains. Okay, right. Let's get to the exciting time. Extra find. What do we want? We are in mountains, grassland, hills, and forest. So I can have anything from here, anything from here, anything from here, or anything from here. Let's have some jade. I'm just taking the most expensive resources, whether I need them or not. Okay, we're off. So Vicky's doing a reset. The first action of the first turn of the 3rd era, and she does a reset. Right, me. I've still not got any other cards other than the ones that I started with. And this judiciary that I had my eyes on from the start, I'm not doing anything. Well, what have we got? We got lots of 6s. Now, 6 and a 3 for me is an insight. That's not great. That's an orange card. I don't have any orange cards. So, I mean, I do have 2 ideas. So we can do some fudginess. And fudginess is what we're going to do. We're going to have an idea to turn a 6 into a 1. And I'm going to use a 3 and a 1 to do my super migrate. So I've got 2 migrations, but I also do a favour test. And if I succeed, I get a 3rd migration. I did roll a 1. So I get 3 migrations. Now I can choose to migrate the same tribe more than once, but if I do, I only develop the territory that I end up in. Now then, grassland and hills. Grassland and hills. And I want to be around this mystic oak. So I think what we're going to do is... I need more. I need more migration. I need to find some more caves. If I could find another cave, we could leave here and pop out somewhere else. Okay, well, I'm going to move from there into there. That's 1 migration, and that one's... Is that one going to stop there? Yeah, that one's going to stop there and get 2 points and find some clay. Then this one is going to migrate from there to there, getting me 2 points, but not developing anything. So I'm in hills, I'm in hills. And... I could leave here, but then I can't build there. And that is allowing me to build a statue there. The statues for me are only worth 1 point. It's not particularly strong, is it? 2 different... We've done that, we've done that. So I don't want to migrate out of there until I've done that. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna just migrate from there into there. I could knock that one out. It's 2 points, but then I'm weak. No, I'm not going to knock them out. Right, okay, I've done my 3 things. Double always nice for Era 3 scoring. Of course, we have that. That was the other plan, wasn't it? Right, I'm done. What did I do? Migrated. Oh, go, look at this. She's off again. She's not done this for a while. So she's procreating first in the forest. Now, I need to remind myself of the rules of this. Choose a territory where she has at least 1 tribe, and the priority is a territory that has at least 1 free encampment. So she's in the forest, there is a free encampment, so she procreates there and gets a point. Then she procreates again, and again she procreates here. There is a free space, so she goes on there. Then she's placing a provision marker in the territory where there are the least provision markers. So she's got 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 2 there. with the tiebreaker of a forest. So that goes there. Well, that makes sense. So she's got 3 tribes in there and 2 provision markers. Yeah, she's basically built a farm. You do need to be adjacent for statues and settlements. You absolutely need to be adjacent to the building ground, which is why the one there you can't build unless you have a tribe on there. Yeah. You need to go and watch my video again, David. I think I say that. Right, my turn. So what are we going to do? We have 6 and 5s, but the 6 and 5s aren't as strong anymore because I can't take a pink dice. I'd be taking it off myself. And yeah, I do need doubles. We have a 5 and a 3. We have production. We do have production. We've got a 6 and a 3, which is insight, which is 3 ideas. These dice aren't great. I do have this idea, though, which means technically I can actually do anything I want to do. If we really wanted to, we could procreate again. But at this point, we're looking quite dangerous on food because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I've only got 3 food. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to use an idea to turn the 5 into a 4, do a 4 and a 3, and I'm going to complete this goal for having 2 tribes in the mountains. So the goal is completed. I've emptied a stack. That's going to go there. I get to upgrade a module. The module I'm going to upgrade is sustenance. Right, okay, and I need to upgrade it again. Don't forget the wolves, yes. Gulp. Don't remind me about the wolves. I've forgotten about them. 2 up on there, and she gains a white dice. Oh, I should be taking them from me soon. Right, my turn. So I'm thinking of resetting because I don't really need this vision. I can't see how this vision is going to help me in any way apart from maybe to get that, which is a little weak at this stage in the game. So I'm going to reset. Go to there. Now, do I want to keep those 6s? No, I don't think I do. I've got this road. I've been meaning to build this road for ages. I need to find some sand. The sand's here. Can't do everything. I am going to get rid of both 6s. We're going to roll all of these. Wow. Well, I did roll a 2. And I've rolled 4 1s. Wow. 2, 3, and 2 4s. Okay, and then I'm going to have a food with that. Okay, so Vicky's gaining 2 mutations and she is going hunting in probably a forest. Yes. Okay, and remove attribute chip 1. Okay, attribute chip 1 has gone. I didn't want that anyway. Where's the other attribute chips? Okay, right. And yes, I've got my furs. My turn. Look at all these 1s. What the heck am I going to do with these? Well, there is research. And there is migration. Okay, migration is available. And I need to do lots more migrations to be in lots more places. So let's migrate. So I'm doing a favour test. Do I get a 1? I did not get a 1 and I have no ideas. So I've got 2 migrations. I'm going to move once into there. Gets me 2 points and I found some gold. And I'm going to move once onto there, which gets me another 2 points. And we found, what's that, coal? Coal in the swamp. Right, that's it. Double migration. Vicky's doing a reset. Era 3 is running out of time. Still not picked up any of the cards. I keep talking about cards and then not doing anything. Didn't I want the stamina? No, I wanted the intelligence. Intelligence is what I wanted. We got so many resources. At some point, I am going to bring those resources back home and we're going to have loads of prosperity. That's going to score me well at the end of the game. But, okay, I think I want that. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to spend 2 4s to have some dexterity. There you go. Easy turn. Vicky's moving 2 up on this track. And she's gaining a... Oh, she's taking a white dice off me. Because she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I've got 1, I've got 8. So she steals one of my dice. Boo. Right, okay. Next. We have 1s and we have 2s. I don't need the stamina. I really do not need the stamina. It's the intelligence that I need. So what do we do? Do we research? That's effectively, that's a 9-point card if I play it, because it goes in here for 3 points and it moves me up 3 on this track, which is 9 points, and it flips over a thing. So that's not bad. That is not bad at all. I do need the coal. Okay, whereas this one, got 1 dexterity, can't really play that. It would actually cost me 3 dexterity to play it there, so that's not good. Magnetism, kinda. Yeah, that's worth some points. It's going to be worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 effectively. Residence. Yeah, no. And polish, no. So I could always draw 2 cards and choose 1, but the danger of that is that I get something that's really useless. So I think I'm tempted to use the 2 and the 1 to play research, and I'm going to pick up magnetism. Okay, right. What's Vicky doing? She's procreating. Procreating in the desert. Can she procreate in the desert? Yes, she can. And then she gets 3 points. Right, we're at the stage now, because I'm playing on medium difficulty, that once you get halfway through the game, Vicky starts just generating points from every action that she takes. My turn. I've got 2 1s. I'm going to reset. Now, did I forget? Did I forget to do a thing earlier on, or maybe not? Somebody in the chat wants to tell me, did I miss moving one of my markers down whenever I do a reset? I am prone to do that. I don't want either of those ones. I'm also keeping an eye on the time. It's 20 to 5. Oh, wow. Totally the opposite this time. Well, we haven't rolled a 2. Not rolling a 2 is good. They get a food. But could have done with some different numbers. 4, a 3, and then that is a food. Right, okay. Yeah, should have kept the 1s. I can count the resets. Can I count the resets? I don't know. I think it's tricky to count the resets that Vicky has done. I suspect I am missing a food. Or an idea, whichever. I think it's a 4. Vicky's doing a reset. So I've got this turn and then 1 more. Wow. Okay. So how many grasslands am I in? 3 of them. How many hills am I in? 2 of them. Yeah, Vicky did do a reset of the first action this round. Yes. Yeah. I think I'm short. I mean, I'm only 5'8", but you know what I mean. Oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I mean, I've got so many options now that I didn't have a minute ago. We could do... I have no idea. I've got focus. I've still got this focus. We absolutely need more food. Or do we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But the wolves are going to steal 2. So effectively I need 9 food and I've only got... Okay, apparently I'm good. Thank you for rewinding and checking. I've only done 2 resets myself. That's terrible. So... yeah. What's our priority? I mean, this is just points and resources, so we don't need to worry about that. My priority is food. I'm going to get this turn and 1 more. I can't do sustenance unless I use the focus. I'd have no ideas to use unless I use a 6 and a 3 to get 3 ideas. In terms of playing cards, I can't play that because I don't have the iron. I can't play that because I don't have the 3 intelligence, and I can't play that because I don't have the 2 stamina. So I can't play any cards. Planning, I could complete this goal. What's that going to get me? It's going to get me to upgrade one of my modules, which could be the sustenance module, and then I go hunting next turn. Problem is, I use the 4 and the 3, and that means I don't have the 4 and the 2 to actually go hunting. Or we do a 6 and a 4 and we build. And we build another boat. And we build a boat here, which gets us points for the Mystic Oak, but actually loses me points for that. Or we could build a farm. Or I could build a statue. Statue's only going to be worth a point, so that's not worth it. Farm, meh. I don't have an area where I've got more than 1 tribe. So I think a farm is not great. So I think building is probably not great. Mutation, moving things around. Again, not that great at the moment. So, yeah, an upgraded build action would have been nice. Yes. So, lots of options and none of them are great. And I've just worked out that if I upgrade the sustenance module, I then can't use it this turn. So I'm going to be short on food and 4 of my tribes are going to lay down, which means I'm going to lose out on the points. I can probably stand them up next round, but I don't want to have to go through the hassle of that. So I think we're going to use my focus marker as a 2 and the 4 as a 4, and we are going to go hunting. And we're going to go hunting. I can't go hunting there because I don't have a tribe on there. So it's actually hunting in the grassland, which is awful. Okay, right. It's starting to fall apart. Yeah, stand some up with the fishing nets. I could absolutely do that. But that means doing an activity. Yeah, okay, sure. I think I'm still going to go hunting. Because I'm worried about the... Yeah, migrating away from the wolves I could, but I'd need to get rid of... I'd need to move those away. And that one. And I can't quite... And I want to be in those for that. So no, we're just going to go hunting. We're hunting in the grassland. And I've rolled a 3 and a 4. Is 3 food. That's fine. Okay. Vicky's last turn. Oh, gosh. So, is there a territory where she has more than 1 tribe? Yes, the forest and the desert. So she's choosing the forest, okay? She's moving from the fire encampment. She wants to go to an adjacent grassland. She goes to here. She gets 2 points. Yeah, she goes to a territory where she isn't in. And then she procreates in the mountains. Is there a free space in the mountains that she's in? No. What about grassland? Yes. She goes there. She gets a point. And then she's placing one of these in a grassland. Yep, so she builds one there. Right, my last turn for the 3rd era. I got no ideas. I've got no focus. I've got a 5 and the 3 I could produce. I could go for the expressiveness just for 3 points, but that seems quite weak. So, yep, let's do a 5 and a 3 and we'll produce. So I produce 2 things. So let's have, what are we going to have? I mean, I don't really know what I want. Because all of this stuff's going to come home. Let's take some iron, because I had a card that needed iron. And let's take some cotton. Yeah. Okay. And then I make a favour test. And if I succeed, I can bring 1 resource home that doesn't have to be one of those resources. I did not make the favour test, so that's it. Right. We are ending the action phase. Feeding phase. So first of all, Vicky's going to get one of these. Now she's got 1 in everywhere. So she's putting an extra 1 in the mountains, in the there. So that's that farm space covered over. So they're fed. 1 of these is fed. And it's the one with the fire encampment with one of Vicky's. Yeah, in territories with 1 provision marker, 1 tribe and an encampment is fed. Fire encampment. So that one is fed. That one is weak. Those are fed. Those are fed. That's fed. Okay. Me. Oh, no, we've not done the site phase. Sorry, I forgot to do the site phase. Oh, I skipped straight to the site phase. I lose a food and I lose another food. Right. Then the Mystic Oak. So I get 1 point for these hills. For that Mystic Oak, I get 1 point. And for this Mystic Oak, I get 1 point for that grassland. I did that wrong, didn't I? Yeah, I really did that wrong. So that's that. Then we do the feeding. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I have 7. So they're all standing up, which means I get 7 points. And Vicky gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My meeple in the hills is next to both oaks. It is, thank you. That one there is next to that Mystic Oak as well. I owed an extra point. Well spotted. Right, so that's that one. Now we do the weather. So the weather is getting warm, and we all get to resolve an income chip. And I'm going to take that income chip, and I'm going to get from it, I'm going to get an idea, because I'm short on ideas. Then we do the event. So each civilization gains 2 points for each of its own grassland and hill territories and produces 1 resource in each of those. So I get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points. Presumably Vicky gets the points for that as well. Right, she says she never gets event bonuses. Okay, so she doesn't. Really good then. 10 points, thank you very much. Now we do the scoring criteria. So it is for these. Now Vicky has got, how many of these has she got? She's got 6. I've got 4. So she's getting 18 points. So she's at 101. There you go, have that. And I've got 12. Not that far behind, but it means she's the star player. Right, income chips. So I'm going to get food for that one and a money for that one. Final era. Off we go. This is one of those games where I kind of don't care. I'm trying to win, and I'm trying my best to win, but I don't care because the game is just so enjoyable to play. New cards. Should Vicky score for the statue? Yes, she should. Thank you. I did forget that. The final event is urbanization. It's getting cold, getting very cold. And we're going to get bonuses based on how many settlements we've built. Apparently, settlements is a thing. But the scoring criteria for this round is the number of different territories that we're in. And it's effectively going to be 4 points each, because it's 2 there and 2 at the end of the game as well. So let's see what happens. New goals. Which one do I want to take? Vicky's not taking one. I'm going to take the one for having a tribe and a farm in the same mountains, because I could theoretically do this one. Oh, that's the one I wanted. Right, extra find. What do we want? I'm not in the desert. I really should have done with being in the desert, shouldn't I? I mean, I could build settlements. I could actually look at now building some settlements. Yeah, I should have left the tribe on there. Really should. So I want to be procreating. I want to be hunting and migrating. That's what I want to be doing. So I don't know which one of these I want. Let's just take some. Let's take some herbs, because I think that's going to help my prosperity. Oh no, there's herbs there. Wax. Yeah, I'm going to take some wax. Right, so that's the extra find done. Off we go for the action phase. Vicky's going first. Right, so she's migrating. Does she have a territory where she has 2 tribes? Yes. Is it hills? No. Is it desert? Yes. So she's migrating this one, and she's going to a forest, which is there. So she gets 2 points. And she's found wax. And she gets 3 points. 1, 2, 3. Right, my go. So this is the last era. I keep picking these cards up and not playing them. And this whole thing that I said I was going to do right from the start of the game, not done. Not done at all. It's just so weird how it plays out. So we can't do the planning because of what I've got here. I could build something. I don't want to build something, I don't think. What do I want to do with these 2 6s and these 2 5s? I've got an idea. I could modify things. I could transport. I did say about transporting, didn't I? But then that's my only idea. I could take another white and pink dice, but I've got 6 white dice. I would take a white dice off her, but I wouldn't. Oh no, I've got another one here. Yeah, I'd take a white dice from Vicky, but I wouldn't take a pink dice. So that seems like a waste of an action. Getting an extra mutation seems like a waste of an action. It's worth 1 point at the end of the game, and all I can get is an expressiveness or a vision, neither of which are actually going to help me. And I can't reset because I've got 4 dice. So the big decision is, do I use my idea? And if so, then I can do a 6 and a 4, or I can do a 5 and a 4, and suddenly 6 and a 1, 5 and a 1. Suddenly the options really do open up. But I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to spend an idea, turn a 6 into a 1, do a 5 and a 1, and we're going to transport. So I had this big plan of transporting all of these resources back home. But marker on the wax. What's Mer saying? Not sure about a marker on the wax. Yeah, the problem is my transport is only 3 resources. So I'm going to transport this iron back. I'm also going to transport back this clay. I'm looking for prosperity icons. And I'm going to transport back these herbs. Vicky discovered the forest. Yes, but she doesn't put markers when she discovers, when she, what's it called? Develops a territory. She doesn't put markers in it. Her markers are her provision markers. So, right, now it's Vicky's go. 1 on the prestige track. 1 on the construction track. 1 prosperity and 3 points. My go. I'm resetting. So, move it down, move it across, move it down, roll my dice. I'm keeping the 5. Do I get rid of the 6? If I get rid of the 6, I might not be able to play any of these cards. Do I even want to play this card? Yes. But, so I'm keeping the 6. I feel naked. I've only got 7 dice. Is it a 2? Is there a 2? There is a 2, which means my Republic doesn't kick in. Okay, and then I'm having a food, because I'm going to need a lot of food. Pesky wolves. Vicky does a reset. My go. Okay, so now we have the dice we need. Now we can do the procreation. Is that what we want to do? I know I've said that's what we want to do. I need to complete the goal. I can't complete the goal because I've got a 3. Wowzers. Right, well, I'm going to use those 2 2s. I need the 2 2s. I'm going to use 2 2s for an intelligence. Right, I know it's a bit late in the game, but we're going to do it. This is going to completely backfire. Yeah, it's going to completely backfire. Right, I've taken my turn. Right, she's migrating. So from the desert, does she have 2 tribes? In fact, she's got forest and grassland are the only territories where she's got 2 tribes. So she's going from the forest. So she's going from this one to a mountain that's adjacent. So she goes there, she gets 2 points. She develops the territory and she's found some jade. Then she's migrating from here because it's the only one left. She wants to go into hills, desert, forest. And her priority, I believe, is where she doesn't have a tribe. Yeah. So hills, desert, forest from here. But she's got one in the hills, she's got one in the desert, she doesn't have one in the swamp. So she goes there, she gets 2 points, and that's it. It's already been developed. Okay. That's it. My go. So, because I decided to get some intelligence, I now don't have the 2, which means I can't do sustenance. I can't do planning. I could explore. Now, is that stupidly risky and dangerous at this point in the game? The bad ones have been found. The worst case, I find a volcano. And a volcano is not going to hurt me because I don't actually have any farms. It's potentially 5 or 6 points. And actually not much else. The 5 and the 4 is sale trade. We've not done this yet. I could sell some stuff and buy some stuff, but I don't think that's going to get me anything either. I got a 5 and a 1. I could transport some more stuff back home. Can't procreate yet. Right, I've got a 6 and a 1, so I can. There's alternatives to these. I could build. We could build again. I keep forgetting I've got this. I've got a marker here. That's whatever it wants to be. Could build. Could build another boat. But again, what's that actually going to get me? It's going to get me 2 extra points for the Mystic Oak. It's going to mean that I can go fishing in a better place. That's what it's going to mean. But is there any benefit to having a second boat? I mean, effectively, I'm sort of using an action just to delay things. Sand is what I need. I'm never going to play this magnetism. Why did I take that card? No, I don't. It's a road. I can play magnetism. I have the iron. Except I need a 3. Okay, so we are going to build a boat. I'm going to use a 6 and a 4. I'm going to build a boat here. And it is this tribe that's building the boat. So that tribe moves on to the boat. Okay. It doesn't get me another territory, unfortunately, because I've now left that territory. But... So Vicky is moving 2 up on this track, which gets her 3 points. She also gains a white die, but she can't gain a white die. So I'm going to guess she doesn't gain it. As per the usual rules. Yes, there isn't one, and she can't take it from me because she's already got the most. So you're not having it. Get away. Right, my go. I have a 5, 5 and a 1. We are resetting. I absolutely need to reset. So, what don't I need? I need the 5. I need the 1 for migrating. Do I need both 5s? I don't need both 5s. So one of the 5s is getting re-rolled. Okay. I don't want a 2. Don't give me a 2. Oh my god. Right. This game's rubbish. It's way too random. Oh dear. Right. So. Oh dear. Well, that was my go. Meanwhile, Vicky's getting 2 prosperities and she's going hunting. Oh, it's fallen apart. She's going hunting in the forest. There you go. Remove income chip 3. Okay. How are we going to get out of this situation? We are now running out of time. And I can't now do the things that I want. Okay, so I can procreate. But it's the food and the migration that I need to do more. So I got a 5 and a 2, procreate. 5 and a 1 will get me to bring some resources home, which is going to get me some extra prosperity at the end, which is going to get me, it's probably going to get me like an extra 4 or 6 points. I mean, okay, so my tribes are not going to die. They're just going to get weakened. It is the last era, so I'm less worried about them. So the food is not the biggest issue that I thought it might be. Where's the wood? The wood's here. But migrating is cool because I want to be in different territories. That's why I wanted to procreate, to get more tribes so that then I could migrate. It might still work, but I don't think it will. The danger is I need to complete the goal, which requires a 4 and a 3, to then do the sustenance. Yeah, okay. It's not going to work. So it's more important that I procreate and migrate than it is to get the food. Okay, so we're procreating. I'm going to do a favour check. I need a 1. I got 3 4s. So I'm procreating twice. I'm not anywhere near the Holy Rock. Okay, so I get 2 procreations. One of them is going to be here, because then that can migrate into there, which is 2 points. And then the other one is going to be here, so that can migrate into there for another 2 points. Yeah, sure. Okay, so that's it. Done the procreation. There are 2 hunting tokens in the same forest. Are there? Maybe I forgot to remove it last time. Or maybe... Yeah, okay. Apologies for that. I obviously missed that. So I do need to know where she's putting this one. If somebody wouldn't mind rewinding a little bit, because I don't know what her priorities were. It's probably forest, grassland, hills. So it's probably here. That's probably where she's hunted. She's doing a reset. Okay, right. We are running out of time. Oh yeah, there was another grassland. It would have probably been there, wouldn't it? Okay, so we procreated. We worked out that that was the right thing to do, didn't we? Yes, we did. Team. So what are we now going to do? Why did I take that intelligence? Oh, it was because I thought I was going to be able to do that. And I can do that if only I had a 6 and a 3. I need to do a reset. I need different dice. And again, I've been screwed by the dice because I don't have focus mark because I've not been able to adapt my strategy. Are we just going to procreate again? I mean, it sounds crazy, but tribes on the board are worth 2 points. We're going to do it again. We're going to procreate again. I got a 1, so I get 3 more tribes. Okay, right. It's getting silly now. Let's procreate on the boat, because you can. Let's procreate there, because that's a point. And let's procreate there. So can. Right, okay. Silly amount of people. Vicky's building a statue. And then she's gaining a favour. My go. I got 3 1s. I'm resetting. Oh, which means I've got 1 more go. So I'm keeping 1 of the 1s. What a weird game this has been. But this is it. We've got such a limited time. Okay, I did it. I got a 3. If I hadn't have got a 3 then, I would have been upset. There may have been tears before bedtime. And do we want a food? Effectively, it gets me an extra point. Whereas a prosperity... Oh, no, I can't have a prosperity. Oh, I would have taken an idea. If I didn't roll a 3, I would have taken an idea. As it is, I'm just going to take a food. So, Vicky's final turn of the game. She's off again. Now, she doesn't have any territory with 2 tribes in. Oh, this is really bad for me. So what she's doing is she is performing a procreation first. So she procreates in the forest, which gets her a point, and then she moves out of the forest into mountains. She's already in the mountains. Grassland, she's already in the grassland. Hills, she's not in the hills. So she goes there and she gets 2 points. Then she's migrating again, but she can't. So she procreates again. It's like 3 actions. So she procreates in the grassland, but there isn't any space. Yeah, Puerto Rico is unfortunately stuck in Poland. So Puerto Rico will be next week. Don't worry, there are other videos that I'm doing tomorrow. See, I get distracted easily. Right, choose a territory with at least 1 of her tribes. Priority is a territory with at least 1 free encampment. So she won't go there unless there is nowhere else. So hills, is there a free encampment in the hills? There is. There isn't one there, there is there. So there you go, done. And then she moves. So she moves from there to swamp. Is there a swamp nearby? Nope. Mountains? Nope. Grassland? Yes, but she's already in there. Hills. So she moves into there and gets another 2 points. Oh, she spread more than me. And she gets 3 points. That's been an absolute killer move for her as the last move of the game, because she's done a double procreation, a double migration. That's gained her like 12 points. My last turn of the game, and we are going to migrate. So 3 and a 1. I'm going to do a favour test. Please get a 1. Please get a 1. I didn't get a 1. So I get 2 migrations. We just need to spread out as much as possible. So I can migrate from there into there. I believe, are you allowed to do that? Are you allowed to migrate from a boat onto another boat? I don't think that question has ever come up before. Let's have a look. Migrating onto boats. You can move 1 of your strong tribes onto 1 of your boats if it is in adjacent water territory and it has at least 1 free seat. Yes, you can, I think. Okay, right, well, there you go. So that was 1. That's going to pay out well for the Mystic Oak. And then I'm going to move from there to there, which is also going to pay out well for the Mystic Oak. And that is 2 new territories that I'm in. Okay, there you go. Right, that is... I'm exhausted. Absolutely exhausted. And look at these cards. These cards that I took at the start of the game that I didn't use. And that was a waste of time. But anyway, I could have played better. Must try harder. So, we do the sight phase. Gulp. The Grim Wolves come along and steal some of my food. Right, then we have the Mystic Oak. So I get 2 points, 2 points, 1 point, 1 point. I get 6 points for that Mystic Oak. Awesome. For this Mystic Oak, I get 2 points. Less awesome. That's it, I believe. We got the Grimwolves, we got the Mystic Oaks. That is those done. Feeding phase. I feed 2 of my tribes. And the rest of them go lie down. That's a massive amount of points. And my whole big plan of completing that goal and then doing a double hunting in the... I needed 2 extra turns. So I get 2 points. That makes me sad. Makes me very sad. If you have enough poo to feed them, it's worth to migrate them onto camps with 2 points. Yeah, don't think I did. Anyway. Oh, I know what I can do. I can stand tribes up. I can stand tribes up when we resolve the weather effect, but that's not going to matter because they've already scored their points for standing up, and that is just score anyway. So, yeah, it doesn't really matter. So Vicky. So they're all fed. That one is not fed, so that's weakened. They're fed. That one's not fed. That one's not fed. Oh, she gets a provision first. I'll just put a provision in. Doesn't matter where. That one's not fed. They're fed. That's fed. That's not fed. Okay, so she scores 1, 2, 3, 4. That's only 4. Okay, it's not too bad. So there's the feeding phase. We're done. Now we do the event phase. And we do the weather. So the weather drops by 2 because it's cold. And then everybody gets to do 1 activity. And the activity I'm going to do is I'm going to spend this 1 money to move 1 up on that track. And when I cross over that line, I'm going to gain an income chip bonus. And it is going to be, I'm going to gain a money. And you'll see why. That is important in a minute. Right, so that's that done. Then we do the event. Settlements. I haven't built any settlements. What settlements? Right, then territories. So simply how many territories you're in. I'm in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 territories, 18 points. Vicky, unfortunately, is in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 20 points. I thought I was doing well at 9. But she did that massive double migration at the end. Yeah, okay. Wow. Right, and then income chips. So at this point, I'm going to take 1 money from that one. There you go. And then for this one, I'm just going to have a point. And then statues. Vicky's got 2 statues. They're worth 2 points each. She gets 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we do final scoring. Yeah, final scoring. Off we go. So, hey, she gets 9 points. I get 4. So 9 points. I get 4. She gets 14 points. Totally won this. I get 0. Knowledge. She gets 3. I get 0. I know nothing. Construction. She gets 6. I get 0. Culture. She gets 1. I get 0. Right. Evolution. She's got 6 evolutions. So she gets 6 points. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 evolutions. I get 5 points. Next, prosperity. She's got 7 prosperity. She gets 14 points. Now, this was my big thing, but I failed to bring back much stuff home. So I've got 3 prosperity there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 prosperity, 22 points. Yay! I was hoping that was going to catch me up. Right, number of tribes on the board. 2 points each. Vicky has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tribes. 20 points. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 tribes, 24 points. And then territories, it's 2 points per territory. So we know that that's 18 for me and it's 20 for Vicky. And then points for cards, not many. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13, 16, 19. So I get 19 points. Okay, and then any scoring cards? Nope, that is it. So, Vicky won with 246. I got 215. This is on the medium difficulty level, and I think I started out well, but I definitely think I lost my way around the middle of the game, and I definitely was taking actions which were a wasted action. There was one point where I took the intelligence and I knew it was a bad idea at the time, but I took it. When I spent an action to pick this card up, I never actually played it. Again, there's a 2 or 3 actions that I took in the game which I felt were wasted actions. But on the flip side, I think I possibly took those actions because I didn't have the dice to actually do anything else. So I would kind of like, well, I've got to take an action, so I'll take that. So I think you're probably going to have a few actions during the game which are maybe not as optimum as they were anyway. But ultimately, I've had an absolute blast today. I love playing this game. I can see myself playing this game, 200-300 times. If there isn't a digital version of the game, that's not going to happen. But it is a game which I just enjoy playing so much. It's a lot to explore. There's a lot of different ways that you can play it. And my play today and the sort of overall strategy I had was because of this tile. I didn't have anything which gave me bonuses at the start. And yet I do understand the criticisms. If you get a scoring tile for Era 1, which is this, and you manage to start the game with this, that moves you 3 up on that track, and you manage to play this in Era 1, which is actually quite tricky to do, but maybe there's another card. And that's what happened in my last game. Yeah, that's quite hard to play as well. But there are certain synergies that you can get where you can get lucky and you can get a set of starting cards that really match these. I was unlucky today in that nothing I had matched any of these. That might have cost me 10, 15 points. Does it affect my enjoyment of the game? Not in the slightest. Absolutely not. It just makes it a bit more of a challenge. But I totally get it when you're playing with other people and other people are getting cards that fit with those bonuses and you're not. But yeah, the game is just so enjoyable to play. Really, really enjoy playing it. And thank you very much to everybody for watching. Just one thing before we disappear. 2 things before we disappear. As I mentioned at the start, this is not a sponsored playthrough. I have effectively taken this afternoon off from my paid work in order to bring you this video. It's been terrible. I don't like this game, so it's been really painful doing so. Joking, obviously. But I'm only able to do that thanks to the support of the Patreon campaign. So yeah, huge thank you to all of my Patreon supporters for funding the channel and making it possible for me to take this time off. And if you want to support me directly, you can do so at patreon.com/gaming rules. Also, this was voted on by my Patreon supporters. As you can see here, it had 82 votes. So that's why we've played Civolution this afternoon. We almost played Andromeda's Edge solo, which I would have loved to have done. I would have loved to have played any of these games solo because they're all really good. Some of them I've played solo before. But if you are one of my Patreon producers or executive producers, then every so often I do a vote and your votes contribute to what I'm going to be covering on the channel. The only other one thing that I did want to mention is some of you may have been looking forward, including me, to a live playthrough at 8 o'clock tomorrow night of Puerto Rico, the Super Deluxe Bling Special Edition, but unfortunately it's stuck in a warehouse in Poland. So instead, we are still doing some games tomorrow afternoon. We haven't yet decided which game we're doing tomorrow afternoon, but in the evening, we're going to be doing Power Grid Outpost. Now, this is a standalone game, which is a kind of combination of 2 classic games, Power Grid and Outpost. And Friedman Freezer has designed Power Grid Outpost, And we're going to be playing that tomorrow at 8 o'clock on the channel. The video is there if you want to go and set a reminder or whatever, but that's what we're doing tomorrow night. And Puerto Rico has been rescheduled to next Friday. Thankfully, I had a cancellation for next Friday, and yeah, I've moved Puerto Rico to then. So the Puerto Rico video is still on the channel, but it's now been moved to next Friday. That's it. I'm off to a boxing class now, which is going to be interesting because I'm in still a lot of pain from the fitness class that I did yesterday. And I've never done a boxing class before, so yeah, I'm going to disappear and do that. And assuming I survive it, I will be back tomorrow. Thank you very much for everybody for watching. Take care, and I will see you all next time. Bye-byes.